Hey everybody. So it looks like we're gonna have another eventful week this upcoming week. First of all, with the QQQ, we had a consolidation for 3 days in that 350 to 355 range right here. Basically that means we have a base to move, lower if we break recent lows and higher if we break the top of the box, right? And there's always the chance as well that we just continue to oscillate in this range from 349, 348 low to 355 to 357 high. If you look at my daily levels, it looks like the 350 level is really important, and we're below it right now. So if we break that 348 level on Monday, right? If we like open up here somewhere and we break the 348 level, we can start to move lower and have a very bearish week. The next big level up would be the 341 level, which is extremely significant because in the past it's held up as a major resistance, which means that it needs to hold up as a major support now. So if it doesn't, we're going to head down to that 334 level. So, under 348, we're going to go to 342. And, under that 340 to 342 range is when 334 comes into play. If you look at the weekly here, we had the reversal candle, not this past week, but the week before. We had all that selling pressure and the reversal. And this week we had the follow through. So, there is a chance that we head quite a bit lower or we consolidate, in the 350 to like in this upper range here. There's always a chance that happens as well. Basically there's a chance that we just hang out in this box here, right? 344 to 372. That's possible as well. I think the more likely thing to happen is that we head down. And, basically the next support we have is this 337 level on the weekly. And it looks like 334 on the daily. But yeah, so we're definitely watching that 334 to 337 area for support. And it looks like under that 337 area, we're going to test that 334 and I guess under 333, which was a very important trigger point in the past, is again very important. So under 333 is where 316 comes into play, 317. But yeah, bears are in control big time, without a doubt in my mind. I do think that bears are in control. And if you see that there was a lot of volume on this candle here, so that means there was a lot of buyers because it has that big, bottom wick and a strong close in the upper quartile of that candle, right? So, if a candle closes in like the top 25% of the candle, that's kind of strong. And then, top 10% can be really strong, depending on the volume. If it has high volume, it's a very strong indication. If it doesn't, it's possible that it can be a fake out. But anyways, yeah, so we're looking like bears are trying to take over again. And if we lose the low of that candle, that's going to have to be a significant point to watch again. As you can see in the past, it looks like, every time we fall into this range down here, we come back up quickly, right? We fell down for a week here and we came right back up. This week when we fell, we didn't even close in it. And then, this time we just went right back up. So definitely something to watch for. The SPY kind of has cleaner levels right now, in my opinion. So, on the weekly, we have the reversal here, we have the follow through, and now we have these very important support levels below the 50 SMA and the 9 EMA in the weekly. And so basically, if we break that 440 level, we're going to be below the 9, the 50, and the 21. So, that's very bearish. And I think if we get under that 440, 439 area, we're going to head to 427 quickly. very easily. So it's that 439, 440 level that's really, really important for the SPY. So 439, 440 for SPY. And for QQQ, the major level to watch for a break and continuation to the downside would be 348. So on the SPY, on the daily chart, right? So I have daily levels and I have weekly levels, and that's a new practice I've been taking up, is to chart the weekly and chart the daily, because the levels on each are going to be different. So on the daily we got 441, whereas the weekly is 440. So that 439 to 441 range should be a area of demand, and if it's not, then the SPY is in trouble. I did find one area of support in between that 440 area and the 427 level. Let's see. So yeah, it looks like a few times it's found support at this 435 level, right? So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there's been many times where it's this level's like either been resistance or support on the daily, and that's important to watch. You know, if it's been a support and a resistance, like let's say 10 times or more in the past, that can make it a pretty significant level, right? So all these times, this entire time frame here, this level was a pretty difficult level to either get through or get below. So that's a level to watch as well, where we could pause. If we have a high enough volume, though, we're just going to tank right through it. But so we got 439 brings us to 435, and then I suppose 430, 428 would be the levels below. But yeah, so yeah, under that 435 level is where things really get ugly. There's just no support for that entire region here. And then for QQQ, it's underneath 438 and underneath not 438, 348, and then underneath the 340 to 342 range. Yeah, I didn't even discuss upside. So for the upside, it looks like it's going to be really hard for SPY to break out above these highs here. But if we can get over like 453, I'd say we can retest 457, right? So 453 for upside, 457, and then we need to retake that old high to really blast off. And for QQQ, we're kind of just in this range here, right? So 350 to 361, it's possible that we kind of just oscillate in that range. So over like 353, 354, we could head up, maybe 1% or something. But over 362 is where we can retest 368. And then as for the VIX, we're watching to see if we just stay in between the 20 to 25 range. So, since we're down here, we could definitely head back up to that 25 level. Something to watch for. And then a break under 20 can bring us back down to 18.5.